In this session, we will learn about break, continue, pass control statements in details. This is module 2, part 6 of my lecture. And I am Konkonjana. This is my last lecture about the control statement. Now, break is used to break out of the loop whatever be the conditions of the loop. Continue statement will skip the rest code within the loop and continue the loop. Pass is used to reserve the block for further use. Break, continue and pass control statement basically used to transfer the control from the current block to the another block. Actually, the control will be transfer or the control will be transfer to the out of the block. Now I will write you the syntax of break statement. How the break statements will be written, that I will like to. So what is the syntax of break? Just you need to write down the break where you like to use it. Where you like to use it means, can you be able to use it everywhere in the code? No. So there are some questions, frequently asked questions. You have the questions in your mind, where to use actually. Where to use break? Break always will be used within the loop. Within the loop. Can be used. Can it be used within if or if else or if else? Can it be used? Yes, it can be used, but within the loop. Yes, break can be used. What I like to say actually, break can be used, but if or if else or if else control statement need to be nested within a loop. Otherwise no. That means if or if else must be will be nested within the for loop, if or if will be there, or within the while loop. So we can use the break statements in this situation. Okay, or normally it can be used within the loop. Okay, exclusively it is exclusively out of the loop. If you used break, then it's not possible, so it is not permitted. Okay, so this is not permitted. That will give you the error message. So this is very basic syntax. You not need to mind very vastly. So basically you need to write the break where you like to use, and you need to mind where you can use it. Okay, clear? Now first start with an example. My first example is display the type of the sentence of type. What are the type of the sentence? Basically I will start with three type of the sentence: declarative, sentence, interrogative sentence, and imperative sentence. So our example is to find out the type of the sentence, whether the sentence is declarative, interrogative, or imperative sentence. Very simple logic we will apply. What is the logic to find out it? If declarative, if sentence end with the symbol dot, symbol, then our conclusion will be it is declarative sentence. That is declarative sentence. Okay, declarative sentence. And if sentence end with the symbol question mark, okay, then what can I conclude? This is interrogative sentence. Okay, and third one, if end with, if the sentence end with the symbol exclamatory sign, then we can conclude that it is imperative. Okay, this is imperative sentence. So this is our syntax. Okay, display my example. Our first example is display the type of the sentence, declarative, whether it is interrogative or imperative sentence. So what is the logic that I like to implement here? If sentence end with the symbol dot, declare the sentence as declarative, and with the symbol question mark, it will be interrogative, and if end with exclamatory, then it will be imperative sentence. Okay, so let's start the Python code, so it will be very easy to understand and hands-on practical will be there. Okay, first you need to take the input from the user. Okay, from where you like to input the user, you like to take the value from the user and want to store. This is the variable s. Use the input function and make a prompt, enter sentence. Okay, enter sentence. Now whether the sentence is declarative, interrogative, or imperative. First of all, I have to check the symbol. Each and every symbol I have to check from the sentence. That means character wise I have to check it. C is the variable that will be in the string S, that is inputted by the user. Now check each character. First, if C equals to checking equals to dot, so what can I conclude? This is declarative sentence. Declarative sentence. Okay, this is declarative sentence. Already we have found the type of the sentence. Okay, so here is it required to test other logic? Yes or no? Just I will explain. What will be our next logic to find out the whether the sentence is interrogative or not? That will be the logic. If C equals to question mark, then print this one. This is interrogative sentence. Next, if this is exclamatory, if this is the symbol, the sentence terminated with the symbol exclamatory sign, then it will be imperative. It will be imperative sentence. Okay, that will be imperative sentence. Okay, if none of the string match, if none of the character match, that is if C not equals to dot or not equals to question mark or not equals to exclamatory symbol, then we will conclude that the sentence not terminated correctly. Okay, the sentence not terminated correctly. Okay, so for this reason what we have to do, we have to test whether in some situation you have entered to this block, in this block or in this block. Okay, that's why I will use a variable flag, and the value of flag is equals to 0 initially. Okay, now flag equals to 1 if it is entered onto this block. That means I like to change the value of flag, and flag again will be 1 if it is entered onto this block also. Flag equals to 1, and for this block also. If flag equals to 0, then we will conclude that sentence not terminated properly. Sentence not terminated properly. Clear? Sentence not terminated properly. Okay. So we did not use break statement. Where we have to use this break statement? Where we have to use? If this condition satisfied, then we not need to go for the other set statement to execute this one. Always we need to mind that we always make the less load to the compiler or to the memory. If you execute more code, then the memory load will be greater than executing the more. Okay, so here we have to use the break. That means we like to transfer the control. If this statement encounter, if this break statement encounter, then it will be exit out from this for block. That means out of the for block, your control will be transfer. In this rest of this codes will not be executed. Okay. Similarly, we have to use break statement here also. Clear? Now we have used break statement here, but this is not required as because you have reached out the last line of the for block or end of the for block. Okay, clear? So this is our program to find out the sentence, whether it is declarative sentence, interrogative sentence or imperative sentence. Now execute it. If there is an error, we need to modify it. Okay. Uh, just I am writing what is the name of the virus. What is the name of the virus? This is my first input, and the last symbol is question mark. So it will be interrogative sentence. Okay, according to our logic, it will be interrogative sentence. Clear? So what happened first? Okay. When we reach at this block, interrogative sentence, this portion executed first. After that, one is assigned to the variable flag, and when it reached the break statement, the control transfer to this position. That means the block of for is exit out, and this code will be executed if flag equals to 0, sentence not terminated properly. If it is 1, if it is 1, then already you have the output and it will not be executed. So we have correctly done our coding. Now test for the declarative sentence. Our question was, what is the name of the virus? This is COVID-19. Okay, simply declarative sentence. Now test with the another input and test for the imperative sentence. Run this one. This is the module. Oh, this is very dangerous. This is very dangerous. Okay, so this is imperative sentence. Okay, so break will always exit you out from the block, directly from the block, out of the block. Okay, there are many examples to use the break statement. Okay, if you use for here, just another example or another code I like to write there. Okay, suppose for, this is the block of for, and another for is nested there. Okay, so if you are supposed to use the break statement here, then what will be happened? You will be transfer from this block only, but still you will be in this block. That means if you say it is the child block, or then this parent block will have the control. Okay, so from one block it will be exited at one time. Okay, so this is about break statement. Now we will continue the continue statement. We like to continue with the continue statement. What is the use of continue statement? Why it is used? Continue statement basically is used not to exit out from the block, but to continue the block by skipping the rest code. By skipping the rest code. Already I have told you, and now just I am demonstrating that one with an example. Syntax of continue, very simple, like break. Just you need to use the continue keyword, or you like to use, and similar way you are discouraged to use it within the if statement if it is out of the loop. That means if you like to continue statement, then you must need to include it within the loop. But if you like to use within the if control statement, then this if control statement must be nested within the loop. The loop may be for loop or while loop. Okay, so we will start with the second example. Okay, display the type of the sentences within a paragraph, within a paragraph. Okay, and we will test three type of sentence: declarative, interrogative, and imperative sentence. Okay, this is my example, and what we have to do, we have to test out the sentences from the paragraph. That means we need to check more than one sentence. In break, we have used one sentence. We inputted one sentence and we test whether it is declarative, interrogative or imperative. But here, what we have to do? We will input the paragraph, one, two or more sentences will be there, and we need to test all these sentences. The logic is equal. Each sentence type required to display. Also, we have to check each character for the symbol it is terminated with. If it is question mark, interrogative, and exclamatory symbol, imperative, and if it is stop with the dot, then declarative sentence. And another logic we need to mind that when we have to continue the searching of the sentence type, then you must need to store this sentence somewhere. How it will be possible? Okay, now just I am writing here this example. Okay, uh, most of the code will be same. Here I will use the continue statement, and I will use another variable to store the sentence. Store one sentence, I will display it the type of this, and after that, after displaying the type of the sentence, again I like to store this sentence. Okay, first of all, and take the input from the user. Enter sentences. Clear? Okay, now to store the sentence one by one, I have declared another variable. The name is part, and no, nothing will be inputted there. Now the variable C will in the string S, and it will pick up the character one by one. First I will concat this character one by one onto the S part variable. Okay, now if the character is equals to full stop or dot, then I will print what I have to print, the sentence and its type. I like to print the sentence. So if you like to print the sentence, and also I like to print this sentence within the double inverted comma. Okay, this is the sentence that I like to display there. Okay, now use the tab key and tell the user this is declarative sentence. This is declarative sentence, and terminate it. Now concat the string, output the value of S part. This would be value of S. Okay, clear? Okay, If you reach to this point, then the rest statement will be ignored and you like to continue. Before continue, what you have to do? You need to set the variable s part onto the null character. Nothing will be there. Okay. Now use continue statement. Okay. Similarly, for question mark, the same code use, and the type of the sentence will be interrogative. The type of the sentence is interrogative sentence. Okay. Now the next we have to test for the imperative sentence. Okay. Next I have to test for the imperative sentence. Only I have changed the symbol. Okay. This will be imperative sentence. Imperative sentence. Okay. So in this way we will continue to find out the type of the sentence within a paragraph. Okay, if there is any error in logic, we have to modify it again. Now just run it first. Okay, save and run it. Now I like to use the input value as what is the name of the virus. This is my question. This is COVID-19. Okay. Oh, what is this? This is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Okay. So this is our paragraph. There are 3 sentences. Now one by one, my code will check it. Whether it can able to check it or not, I have to test it. If there is any error, I will again need to modify. Okay, now show the result. What is the name of the virus? What is the name of the virus? Is interrogative sentence. Correct. This is COVID-19 is declarative sentence. It is our second sentence from our paragraph. Oh, this is very dangerous. Is imperative sentence. Okay. So we have completed the break, continue statement, and already I have told you the use of the past statement. There is nothing to show about the example of the past statements right now. Basically this is used to reserve the block, nothing else. Okay, for further use the past is used. So after completing this session, we have learned about conditional and control statements of Python. Some application of it in advanced level we will be covered in later if it is required. Okay, so this is about the control statements, conditional and control statements of Python. Thank you for watching.